Hey guys, and welcome back to Legos Island. So, today guys, it is Thursday, November 14th, 2024. And today, we are going to be continuing the park that we were working on in the last episode. So guys, the last time I accessed the world was 11/12/24 at 4:16 p.m., which means I have not accessed it since the last episode. And that is proven because, as you can see, I am still here in the park. And we are just 11 days away until the fair begins, which means we gotta have this done beforehand. Before we officially jump in, let's see which two dogs we get today. River and Valentine. By the way, until this park opens, this will be blocked off because it's technically not going to be open until the party releases. So what we're doing today is we're going to now implement a lot of the game. Now, there's a lot of them, so it's going to be a while. Now, to be fair, most likely going to implement the trampoline game first. Why are we implementing the trampoline game first? Well, first of all, we need a lot of space to be able to do that. Secondly, the tickets are meant to be up high there in the sky. And this is the only part of this that we have enough space to be able to do this, which can explain why we're doing this first. This shouldn't actually take long to work on. You know why? Because it's actually not that difficult. Trust me, if you've seen the original game back in the Fair 2023, you will know that it's actually not even that difficult. Like, we built the game, or at least I built the game, back in the Fair 2023, which was a year ago. Basically a year and a half ago. Because now it's November. Like, jeez, man, dude, it should not be November already. My God! I'm dead serious. It should not be there. Especially since this year was a leap year. Did any of you forget about that? That this year was a leap year? No, like, guys, I'm, like, genuinely not even kidding. Did any of you forget that this year was a leap year? I'm pretty sure we all did at one point. I'm pretty sure we all probably forgot at one point. Because I sure didn't. So, next up, we are going to... Actually, I need to keep those. Because we need to go ahead and implement these. Now, thankfully, all we need to really do is do this. Really. Yep, that's it. That's literally all we need to do. Yep, that's literally the only thing we need to do. Is just do this. And then that's it. There we go. There we go. That's literally the only thing we have to do. Actually, yeah, I'll keep that, actually. Oh, why is that there? Why is half of this here, actually? That doesn't even need to be there. But it actually isn't even taking that long because it's just this, actually. So I thought I'd just inform you really quick. But, yeah, the games I don't think are going to take long to implement today. I mean, the last episode only ended up being 12 minutes, which was kind of a surprise considering how long it took to actually make a lot of this. Actually, give me a second. I want to actually angle those a bit more just because they look very off angle. Give me just a minute. This should not take long. Much better. And... done! Dude, that looks so much better. It looks much more evened out. And there we go. There we go. And we're done. Well, except for right here. Outside of that, we are done. Now, of course, you're probably wondering, how are we going to, of course, get this game to work if you're curious? Well, I do actually got an answer. What we're going to do is we are going to need to build a ladder. More importantly, scaffolding, which I have already done myself. Well, that's one game down. A ton more to go. Well, actually, let's test it really quick. There we go. That works. I'll add an extra silver ticket for why not. Next up, we need to make a bowling alley. I'm starting off with the much harder games first, and then saving the easier games for last. Although granted, that one was kind of easy though. But we need to figure out a place to put the bowling game. So the thing is, the entrance is right here, and we might put the bowling game right here. Thing is though, we might want to take out this, mainly because, first of all, it actually grants us a lot more space. So say for example, we do this and this, and then we grant out that. There we go! That actually grants us a lot more space. We can do this now. I'll leave the entrance open just for now, just so we can measure how this works. Then it'll get closed back up again. So what I might actually do is remove this wall, because what we're actually going to do is actually put this in instead. The reason why is purposely because I feel it just gives us a lot more space to do this. It actually does give us a lot more space to do this. Another thing we need to do is actually remove this. And the reason why is because we're actually going to be putting some ice under here. So, say for example, we put some blue ice under here. And the reason is just so, of course, the balls can, of course, slide across the floor. Which can explain how this is going to work. So, say for example, we do this. Because when we implement them, hold on, let me just reform that real quick. There we go. And you'll know what I mean in a second. We're actually going to implement these. You'll know what I mean in a second. Why I decided to do this. Because it's actually interesting. There we go. And let's go ahead and give me a second. Let me just find the blocks. There we go. So what I mean by is we're actually going to do this. Oh, did not mean that. There we go. It's finished. Like, it is literally finished. Like, the entire game is already done. That quickly. Impressive how quick he's done, by the way. Look at this. Look how quickly I'm able to get these done. It's actually kind of impressive how quickly I'm able to get these done. Although you aren't really able to see them. That's why I'm going to do the following, and it's something I probably should have done last May, if I'm going to be quite honest, and do this instead. There we go. That's more appropriate. Actually, that's what I should have done. That looks so much better. And I can call the bowling game complete. But let me actually show you what I meant by me implementing that ice. So let's say, for example, we take out a snowball, for example. Then we throw the snowball. See how it slides across? That's why the ice was implemented. Now that that's done, the park is back to being barricaded until it opens. Although I might want to add one last set of ice right here, just because it seems a little off angle, if I'm going to be honest. Let's do that. And we can't technically do this. Mainly because, of course, that's the entrance. So that one is going to have to be, of course, staying like that. Because as you can see, the entrance is right there. So that part is going to have to stay intact. The rest, however, is completely fine. Next up, we're going to do the wall climbing game. We're going to place the bell up here. Or, actually, up here. There we go! Then, what you need to do is climb up this ladder. The reason is because this is meant to be a multiplayer game. The bowling one is technically also meant to be a multiplayer game. But granted though, of course, I'm the only one here. Now, last time we didn't have the bamboo fences when we first originated this game in 2023. That's mainly because now we are going to implement that here. Because it actually represents the bell a lot more. Okay, can we please just get these two out of the way real quick so I can actually implement this? There we go. Now, this, as you can see, like, this is the entrance to, of course, go into the game. So, say, for example, right here, these are the two players right here. You get one person here, and then your goal is to obviously, of course, go from one to the other. Like, you obviously gotta make your way up there. So, like, yeah, say for example, that happens. Actually, let me get a gate really quick. And let's see, there they are. There we go. We implement a gate here and a gate here. There we go. There we go. And that's how it works. So that's how the Ring the Bell game will work. It's going to be pretty fun, I'm not going to lie. It's going to be a very fun game. So, yep. Anyway, now that that game's done, let's move on to the next game. Next up is axe throwing, which actually is going to be literally right next to here. Like, literally right next to, here. Which is actually crazy. Like, we are literally going to do it in the middle of this entire freaking park. And that's one of the main objectives. Why do I say it's one of the main objectives? Well, it was one of the key ones in, you know, Fair 2023. Now, normally, you would normally do this with an axe, but of course, since it doesn't work like that in this game, we're gonna do tridents instead. But it still works regardless. See? Works just like that. Although, actually, you know what would be more interesting? Yeah, let's see. Yes. 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 Yes! Okay, holy frick! Valentine kept going near all of them when I was firing the trident. Jeez, Valentine. Are you trying to get hits? Actually, to make this a little more decorative, I'm actually gonna do this. Mainly because it actually did look like that back in the Fair 2023. And let's collect all of these while we're here too, because so they aren't just lying around here. There we go, look at that. That looks so much better now. The reason why there's so much empty space here is just so, of course, we don't make it too simple here. I actually decided to make one last tiny minor improvement to the Ring the Bell game. In this game, you actually use the pressure plates to make it easier to open the gates, so you can reach them at a much faster pace. Now that that's covered, I also went ahead and extended this just to make it a little bit farther away, making the game slightly more difficult. Of course, I forgot to add the main tridents themselves. Now that that's done, this next part is all about cornhole, which is actually going to go right here. The reason why it's going to go right here is, of course, because we need 2 people on one side and 2 people on the other, which is why we're going to actually implement these here. So as you can see, I'm going to implement them right here, and then we're going to need one on the other side as well, making it easier. There we go. And that's it. Although, actually, I think this is far too long, if I'm going to be honest. Which is why I'm most likely going to separate these. There we go. Although, to be honest, I don't think it gives us enough space. So what we're going to do instead is actually implement them over here. The reason why they're going to be implemented over here instead is mainly because, first of all, we need a decent amount of space in between each, which can explain why I'm doing this. Because you need a decent amount of space in between each for it to even work out properly, which can explain that. That is much better. It also gives enough space to get to the other games as well, which also can explain why I did that. So let's test it on both sides just to see if we got it. Dang! I think we got it. Almost. Almost there, guys. Come on. We got this. Come on. Yeah! Let's go! We got it in. Can we do it from the other side now? Yeah! 1 try! That's actually impressive! Now all we need to do is just implement these said things over their respective boards, and we are good to go. This next game is going to be interesting because, as you can see, we're actually going to do something similar to the axe throwing and put a target game literally right next to it using basically the exact same mechanics. However, this time, we're actually going to use my bow and crossbow to be able to use them respectively. And boom! What about the crossbow? Boom! Wait, what if we tried all 3 target? Wait, hold on. Sorry, crossbow. Yeah! Let's go! Okay, so it only works on 2 of them. Okay, interesting. Interesting. It was worth trying. I'll keep it though, because who knows, maybe we might ace it. You can choose to hit 1 of the 3 targets or all 3 of them at 1. It's your choice. And that actually fills up that entire section over there. Nice. Now that that's done, I think we're actually done. Well, actually, we are forgetting 1 game. And that is sword fight. You see, in the Fair 2023, there was a sword fight game in the port. Let's implement that here, but of course remove its theme, and instead do something completely different. Now, we have this entire open space right here to be able to do that, which is absolutely awesome. Now, to be able to do this, we need to go ahead and place some water here. The reason is because we're actually going to have it so if one player falls off, they land in the water and they automatically lose. Of course, we need to make this sword fight legit. Meaning, of course, obviously the idea is, of course, if you fall off into the water, you obviously lose the battle and the other person wins. So basically the only other one that's still standing on the platform. Which we are going to give a lots of, by the way. So, like, say, for example, you fall down into the cave here, like, that we dug up in the last episode. So, say, for example, we go that deep down. Basically, of course, if you fall in the water, you lose. So, that's the primary thing here. And that's actually what we're going to do for this game. Now, I think that actually works out pretty well, I'm not going to lie. Now that that's done, I think what we're going to do is add something to make the platform here just a little bit more interesting. Actually, I decided to make the little water section a little deeper, just so, of course, we have a better way of falling off. What's actually crazy is that we can actually do this. So, say, for example, we did, what's the best one to do here? Ah, yes, these. To make this just a little more interesting, watch. We can do this. So, like, we could do red versus blue. Oh, I did not mean to do that to River. Like, say, for example, we did that for a pure example. Red versus blue. One side is red and one side is blue, which makes it more interesting. Oh, and to make it even more challenging, that. You might want to avoid that. Now, I implemented this in a way where you still have enough room to go around and get to the other games, just as follows. Now, of course, to obviously make this work, we need to, of course, go ahead and obviously implement some swords for it to obviously work. On this side, we will have the netherite sword. On this side, in reference to blue, we will have the diamond sword. Specifically right here. There we go. And I think we can confirm this park is complete. Well, except for the fact that we still don't have a name. That's the only thing we're missing. A name. The whole park is finished except for a name. Oh, and speaking of names, I kind of forgot to do that for all these games. Give me a minute. Done! So first of all, as you can see, we have the sign that says bowling. That, of course, represents over here. Then we have cornhole. That, of course, represents these boards over here. Then we have ring the bell over here, which obviously represents this game. Axe throwing, which, of course, represents this game. The triple target game, which, of course, is a reference to there being 3 targets rather than the usual 1. Then we have the trampoline game, which of course is a reference to this one, the first one that we built in the video. And lastly but not least, we have Sword Fight right here, of course in reference to the last game we built in this video. And that officially completes this park for real this time. Let's hope by the next episode we'll have a name. I'm still deciding on a name. I have no idea what to call this park. Hopefully we'll have one by the next episode, which is on Saturday, November 16th. And to be honest, I expected this park to take the remainder of the week to finish. Apparently, we got it all done within only 2 episodes, which is actually impressive. I know this was a long episode, and I do apologize, but granted, the games did take a while to implement. So with all that said, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. I'll see you in the next one on Saturday, November 16th. And with all that said, goodbye. Oh, and also comment down below what you think of all the games here, by the way. Love to hear it.